Good morning, grandkids. We are ready to read chapter 24 of The Listener. Actually, this is my book I'm writing, very loosely based on The Listener. This is chapter 24. So let's continue on. Astrid and Gabriella came up with a unique plan that would take suspicion off of me when I assassinate the Emperor. Their plans went down like this. I found Gabriella, and she said she had been waiting for me to tell me about the plan she and Astrid had cooked up and what my role would be. The Pentius Oculatus is the name of the security for the Emperor, and they are stationed in Dragonbridge, she said. The commander of security is Captain Merrill. He will be sending his son, Gaius, out to secure all the major cities before the Emperor comes to attend his cousin's funeral. If this Gaius is killed and an incriminating letter placed on his body involving him in the assassination plot, then the commander's reputation would be destroyed. The Pentius Oculatus would be in disarray and security would be distracted, giving you a perfect opportunity to fulfill the assassination contract of Gaius. Of course, it was going to be my job to find out where he was traveling, kill him, and plant the letter. Gabriella also said, if you do the killing in one of the cities and not out on the road, I'll give you a bonus. At first I asked her why it wouldn't be easier to kill him while on a road, away from people, which seemed easier to me. Sorry, I lost my place. But she said, out in the countryside, his body and letter might not be found for days, but in a city it will be found right away, which is what we want. Well, I thought, I could see the sense in that. Then I asked her, what if I missed him? How would I know which way he was traveling? She said, I happen to know that there is a schedule of Gaius's route somewhere inside the headquarters in Dragonsbridge. You must sneak in and find it. Oh, great, I thought. Another job for me to figure out and hopefully not get caught. Finally, I asked her what my bonus would be if I accomplished all this as planned. Ah, she replied, I have a special token for you, which will gain you an audience with a great seer, Olava the Feeble, who is a good friend of mine. You will give the token to her, and she will give you a reading of your future. You will find her in Whiterun. Well, that sounded intriguing, but I wondered if I really wanted to know my future. I didn't really feel like starting another big job right this minute, so I went in search of Nazir. I knew I had to get up to Dragonbridge, but maybe he would have some quick and easy task I could do on the way. I found him sitting at the long table in the dining hall and sat down in a chair beside him and reached for a sweet roll. Well, he asked, how did your last job go? Gruesome, I told him. You look a little tired. Are you doing okay? He asked. Oh, I'm okay, but yes, I am a little tired, I replied. I'm just not ready for this next job. It will be a lot of traveling and hunting down someone before the kill. I was wondering, do you have a quick and easy contract for me that I might get done on the way to the start of my next job?" "Sure," he said. "I have a contract to kill a Fletcher in Whiterun. His name is Enoriath. You will probably find him in his Fletcher shop or hunting in the plains around Winhelm." "Okay," I said with a smile, "I'll take it. Then I can head on up to Dragon's Bridge from there." He said, "I have 2 other contracts for you, but no hurry." I told him I probably couldn't get to them until after the Emperor's assassination. He told me there was no hurry. I stood up to leave, but he took hold of my hand and looked up at me. His touch was warm and gave me an electric shock. He said, "Be careful on your assignment up at Dragon Bridge. There's going to be a lot of security around. I want you back." He gave my hand the slightest squeeze before he got up and left the hall. He kept leaving me with my mouth hanging open lately. He is charming, I thought. I went to the little table at the top of the main stairs and sat down to write in my journal for a bit. And instead, I'm sitting here drinking a mead and thinking about Nazir. Well, I can't help it, dear reader. He's charming, a handsome man, and the first thing I've ever loved in my life is his wonderful voice. The contract which Nazir had given me was to kill a Fletcher in Whiterun, which would be right on my way to Dragonbridge. I wondered why anyone would want to eliminate the person who could keep you supplied with arrows. It was evening when I got to Whiterun, and I wasn't going to spend time looking for him outside the city. I went through the gates and into the Drunken Huntsman, thinking I'd get a mead or two, but the place was empty. I walked around and thought, well, while I'm here, what's lying around that my sticky fingers might like to pick up? After selecting all the good stuff I could find, I walked over to a closed door. I peeked inside. Lo and behold, how could I get so lucky? A man was asleep in a bed and facing the wall. According to Nazir's description, this was Enoriath. I quietly moved over to him, made sure it really was him, and dispatched him quickly and silently. I turned to leave and saw a man just standing up from another bed across the room, which I hadn't even checked out before. That was careless on my part and could have put me in mortal danger. Instead, this man was so startled to see me there with a bloody dagger in my hand that he just quietly said, "Help," and dropped to his knees on the floor with his hands on top of his head, saying, "I yield, I yield." My heart was probably pounding as loud as his must be. I was hoping that his mewling voice hadn't been heard by a guard outside as I turned and slipped out the door of his room and out the door of the inn. I looked around and, seeing no one treating me suspiciously, I hurried on to another inn and rented a room, and was settling down to sleep when I remembered to write again in my journal. I'm glad this was such an easy contract, although by now paying enough attention. By not paying enough attention, I could have ended badly. I don't know what's happening to me about Nazir. I have strange feelings, sometimes exciting, sometimes really weird. I don't know what they are. I don't know why they are. I've never felt anything like them before. Oh well, I guess they won't kill me, so I won't worry about them for now. Off to sleep with me right now. And that's the end of that story. or that chapter of this story. So I hope you enjoyed. And the next one will be coming, and it will be about the capture of Gaius. So I will see you next time, grandkids. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed.